Hi, Dan. Thanks for being with me today. I'm really excited to talk to you.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to start by talking about CPL's theme for our conference this year, which is humanizing healthcare. And so why do you think that's an important perspective to consider from a physician or a medical student's perspective?
Right. Well, I mean, coming from a surgical specialty, it's often helpful for me intellectually to a degree, dehumanize the patient, to see the patient as a machine in need of repair. That's helpful psychologically. The key, if we're going to deliver good healthcare and also remain mentally healthy as physicians, is that that's a tool that you pick up rarely and are quick to put back down. And that the standard operating approach is always to see a person who happens to have an illness that needs to be taken care of, rather than an illness who happens to have a person attached to it. So certainly the tendency is to pick up this tool and use it all the time. That causes great harm. And so we have to constantly be reminded that while that tool is useful, it needs to get put down quickly and used sparingly.
Thank you. I really like that explanation. I've never heard that before, and it's very helpful. So at the conference, you're speaking about crucial conversations, integrating patient perspectives into decision-making, and as particularly as it relates to your field of care. So I'm wondering just if you could tell me a little bit about how you developed an interest in the area you practice in, and maybe how you see these crucial conversations playing a role there.
Right. So I definitely chose OBGYN because I'm a specialist rather than a generalist, and I'm definitely a surgeon at heart, but I like to still have conversations with patients and sometimes fix things medically. And certainly in my line of work, we are occasionally called on, thankfully it's not a common thing, but we're occasionally called on to walk with patients through very difficult journeys. And it's a very hard thing when a pregnancy is not going the way a woman hoped that it would. And that, especially if news is potentially devastating. And in those sorts of scenarios, it's especially important to realize that there's another human being who you're journeying with. And that human being has a unique history and faces unique challenges and has a unique perspective. And to a degree, you can't fix the situation you find yourself in, but you can make the journey a better journey because you know that it's a human being that you're doing the journey with. And that human being is the center of everything.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So when you think about your career, what person or event has had the biggest impact on it?
I don't know if I can identify a single thing. Certainly I have always paid attention when mentors or physicians have done the balance well, have been technically excellent in the operating room, and yet so compassionate at the bedside and so patient focused. That's such a rare combination. And it's something that I fail at all the time, but strive towards. And that's what makes one truly a great surgeon and a great physician.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And lastly, what's your favorite book and why? Because last year we gave away a favorite book of each speaker right after their session. People really liked that. So we'd like to do it again. So
yes.
What's on your favorite reading list right now? So
at the moment, I'm not reading any particular book. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to not give you a suggestion. Somebody else is going to have to give out the free books. I find that my influence are so broad that I pick up things here and there. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Not to be
Stephanie,
helpful on that one.
no, that's okay. Stephanie chose Tuesdays with Maury, so maybe.
That is an excellent choice.
Okay, so that'll be the choice for your time.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for taking
Nicole.
these few minutes to speak with me today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.